shit. God damn it. Hi, welcome back. So it's the beginning of the weekend here, and a long weekend at that, because I took every single Friday of the month of July off. Fantastic idea. Today is an exciting day. To make a long story short, a whole bunch of my family members have their birthdays toward the end of June and all throughout July. So if we were to celebrate every single birthday when it happens, we would just be driving an hour and a half to house A and hey, how you doing? Hey, have some cake. Oh, thank you. And then the weekend after that, drive to house B 2 hours the other way. And then, hey, you want some cake? Oh, thank you. I still have some leftover. Then 2 weeks after that, we got to drive to house C 3 hours from here. And then so-and-so couldn't make it. What's up with him? And it's a bunch of problems. So we decided unanimously that we would do one event combining everybody's birthdays, doing a gigantic feast, one giant cake to rule them all, one day at the end of July. And this day is tomorrow. As is usually the case, I've been designated as the cook, and I would not have it any other way. All I have to work with for sure is one picnic table with all the food on it, like kind of easy to eat standing up food. Which generally means burger and hot dogs. But that's so boring, man. No burgers, no hot dogs. So you know what I'm going to cook instead? I'm going to go for the most Canadian of meal. A big old taco bar. It's easy, right? People will walk up to the table, grab their food, build their tacos the way they like, and then walk off. And then they want another one? Just do that again. Guacamole, homemade salsa, sour cream, shredded cheese, salad, lettuce, just green leaves, right? Roasted red bell peppers, caramelized onions, and of course a whole bunch of tortillas. But the main event of this meal, the thing that people are going to remember and talk about for years, and the reason why I'm making this video and I'm excited to fire up the barbecue today, I'm going to cook a big old hunk of pork and make some excellent pulled pork out of it. With a vegan option on the side, of course. But like I said, this thing happens tomorrow, and I'm cooking the pulled pork today. Why is that? Well, turns out that pulled pork is very much like your mom's spaghetti. If you put that stuff in the fridge for 24 hours and you reheat it, man, it's so much better. So today I'm going to prep it, smoke it, braise it, and then shred it, put that in containers for tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm just going to bring it over and reheat it on the barbecue. Therefore, nobody's going to wait, and it's going to be delicious. All right. Let's look at what we got here. So 2 big pork shoulders, a ton of fat still visible on top, all of it has to go. So we're going to start by trimming off all the excess fat. I'm using a steak knife today. This is not the best for this kind of work, but you gotta do what you gotta do. To start cutting into that fat, remove most of it, keep about a 1/4 inch, but it's important to shape these shoulders a bit. Basically, you want this piece of meat to look like a little Ferrari, a little kind of something that could go in a wind tunnel and not have too much drag. And we're good to go. Let's start by making the rub. 1 cup of kosher salt, 1 cup of ground black pepper, and a 1/4 cup of smoked paprika. Give it a good mix, and you want to bind this to the meat using yellow mustard. So keeping one hand clean, you just pour that stuff over these shoulders, not too much, you just want to use a little bit. And using your other hand, the dirty hand, you just slobber that stuff in every inch of every corner. You flip it, you do it again. Using your clean hand, you take big old pinches of this rub, and you want to sprinkle this about 6 inches above the meat. Make sure that it kind of spreads evenly on the way down. Now, you do this to every corner, give it an even coat, and once you're done with it, it should look a little bit like this.
this is my trusty cooker we're going to be using today. That thing has been through wars. I use it all year long, including during the winter. I've had it for about 6 to 7 years. The thing I like about this cooker is this double-decker grill. It's excellent for the kind of smoke we're going to be doing today. And it works very well with lump charcoal. So this is sugar maple lump charcoal. It comes in different sizes, different pieces of different size, burn at different rates, but it gives a super good even temperature.
Today I'm going to use apple wood.
A couple chunks, not too much, right? 2 or 3 like this. It's going to give you a nice smoke that you won't be burping all day. Throw it, oh damn it, throw it in there. And because it's smoking, you want to protect the underside of your meat by putting a deflection panel of some kind. I've been using this volcanic plate for years. It works super well. It makes sure that the heat and the smoke is going to go around the meat rather than straight underneath. And this is where the double decker comes in handy, because you want to use a drip panel, put it under the meat and fill it up with good old apple juice.
It's just pork and apple just go well together, you know?
Stack the meat on top of all of this, and then you want to keep an inch between each piece to make sure that the smoke is going to wrap around nicely and create an even bark. And we're going to let this smoke for about 3 hours or until the internal temperature reaches 150. That's why I'm using this Bluetooth iGrill from Weber, so I don't have to open up the grill, because
if you're looking, you're not smoking.
So I can just chill. And we are at 3 hours mark, 150 degrees internal temperature. This meat has an awesome bark on the outside, but if you look closely right there, not all the fat has rendered.
Now here's the part that might offend, quote, real barbecue enthusiasts. We're gonna braise this thing.
Remember that dripping pan full of apple juice? It's all mixed up with the smoke and the fat, so you just want to put a tiny little bit on top of that meat and cover the rest at the bottom of the pans with apple juice that we still have left. Now you cover it up with foil, double layer, super tight, no escaping moisture. Put that back in the cooker. We've got about 2 hours to kill before this thing is gonna be ready.
I think this is ready.
Internal temperature says 190. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah.
Time to shred it, bub.
This meat is super easy to shred because everything went according to plan. Nothing left to do but to mix in with the homemade barbecue sauce and then just stir it up one last time, and let's try the definite moment of truth, the test bite. Grab a good chunk of it, and this looks like it pulls apart nicely.
Well, that about wraps it up for me today. As ever, thank you for spending time with me and hanging out with my family today. If you like this video, please consider pressing the little like button, little thumbs up right there. It's gonna help me a lot. And if you want to see more of my French-Canadian stupid mug yapping about stuff that interests me, please consider subscribing to this channel. You know this. Just subscribe, it's easy. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.